Coming at you out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, more specifically the great neighborhood of Oakland. It's Record Talk, where we talk about music and so much more. But first, I want to state the obvious is that it's snowing a lot, a lot, a lot. And Dylan, I know you're a little bit more north than me, and you were kind of bragging about all the snow that you were getting, and you were dunking on me that
I'm
Pittsburgh
not
is,
bragging about it.
well, Pittsburgh is on the track. Oh, well, and like around the Pittsburgh area is on track to get a foot of snow. We're not quite there yet, I don't believe. And it's supposed to snow until like Monday evening or something. I don't know. There's so much conflicting information. And but I want to ask you, how much snow do you think you have right now?
I think we definitely have over a foot. Um, it I'm in a snowbelt region, which actually it hasn't been snowing too bad with the really, really freezing cold temperatures. Because lake effect is caused by the lake still being warm, and I think that finally it's so freaking cold out that the lake isn't even warm anymore. But we have a lot of snow, a lot of ice, and it's all just packed down solid on the roads, on the sidewalks. Like nobody has even attempted to salt because it's too cold for the salt to even work. Um, I saw someone literally just today having trouble getting their car started, so luckily that wasn't me though. It could have been me, but it wasn't.
Well, that's good. But my pet peeve with snowstorms specifically, they happen like every year or every few years, whatever it may be. And every time it happens, every single person freaks out. They act like this is the first time
Yeah.
it's ever happened. Like I would understand if we live in Arizona and this is hitting us. Yeah, there's something to freak out about because your power grids aren't prepared or whatever it may be, because we see that with Texas a lot. Like the last time this happened to them where they had to freak out over snow was maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, something along those
Mm,
lines.
yeah, when it all
But
froze.
yeah, and like unfortunately, a lot of people passed away. But we are in Pennsylvania, you're in Michigan, and like those are snow areas. Like we get snow. Pittsburgh isn't
Yeah.
that far away from like Erie, which is known for getting like feet of snow, like several feet of snow, because it's right, of course, on Lake Erie. So I don't know. It just is a little weird when everyone goes into the local grocery store and takes everything out of it and just hides in their home until the snow thaws, but
I mean,
it's
okay,
whatever.
to be fair, I lived right near the capital for my entire life, and we got decent snow when I was little, but still nothing compared to being in a snow belt in a lake effect region. So, being in a lake effect region, I definitely understand the desire to just stay indoors, because I wish I had that option. Like having to go to the dining hall, even though I'm driving to the dining hall, so the amount of time that I'm actually outdoors is minimal. The conditions are so bad.
Mm.
They're so bad. Um, and I'm very fortunate to have some of the best snow tires on the market and a truck that's heavy. But even then, some of the snow, having to drive through it, having to walk through it, having to bundle up, I'm starting to understand the panic a little bit more. Now, I don't know, a lot of people I feel like panic as though their lives are at risk. I don't think that is the case. And stockpiling, I also am not sure why we need 70 rolls of toilet paper, but
I don't know. Maybe people think that the snow is going to get so high that we are just going to be forced to live and like we're going to have to bury through snow to make tunnels to
yeah,
connect to everyone. And that's how we live for the rest of our lives. Maybe that's what everyone wants. And honestly, not that bad.
that would be
But
pretty dope.
yeah, but today is a good day to stay inside and talk about music because it's kind of cozy. So I'm glad we're doing that today. Um, and let's get into the meat of our episode and move past all the snow talk because everyone's been talking about it for so long. I'm kind of sick of it myself. But let's get into music. And we introduced it last episode, but this is our first part of our series. Is it really that bad? And as the title suggests, we just talk about infamous songs, tracks, albums, or sounds that we have to discern if they're actually bad or not. Because sometimes those types of songs get a bad rap, and they're maybe it's because they're overplayed, or whatever it may be. They're too experimental, but it's our job to figure out if they're bad or not. And I'm really excited to go back all the way to our childhood with our first song, What Does the Fox Say? And in preparation for this episode, I did a little bit of research on what their deal was, and their name is Ylvis,
Mm.
and they're a Norwegian comedy duo. I
Oh.
forget if they're brothers or not, but anyways, they're friends, brothers, they're related somehow, and they topped Norway's single charts, and they went like platinum in the United States or something crazy like that. So good for them on that, and they grossed 1.1 billion views on YouTube. That is insane. And that song took over a generation. And re-listening to to the song, it's exactly how I remembered it. And but before I get into my exact opinion, I want to apparently their goal for this was to get interviewed and have a performance on Today, which is a publication, like a media publication. You probably know it. And they did that. They accomplished their goal. They were on Today,
Oh, good for
and
them.
yeah, good for them. And they were like, let's see what their quote is. One of them said, "This was our plan. This is the main goal. We were sitting back home in Norway thinking if we were going to perform this on today's show, how were we going to do it?" And so then we made the song about the fox. So congrats to them. I know they probably don't need to be congratulated by us because they made it. And I will say they are a definition of a one-hit wonder, which is always a little bit of a sad phrase, but you know what? They still got there. Like a billion views on YouTube. They were interviewed on the Today Show. They probably gave a performance as well. They accomplished their goal. Good for them. That's awesome. But on
Yeah,
my,
and for it being like a comedic song.
yeah, it was just satire. Like that's fun. Good for them. The re-listening to the song, I don't like it at all. I think the music video is fire. Genuinely, whatever production company they hired, top notch because the set was crazy. Well, the dancing was great. The costumes were like goofy and fun, which obviously was their goal. And like just genuinely, the woods was awesome. I will say, the CGI artists, if that's what you can call them, who made the fox dancing at the end, it's a little scary. It's a little jarring looking. But it's my point of this is I want to give praises to them for making an awesome music video, not necessarily the song, because I think it's wow, I think even whenever I listened to this when I was younger, I was like, man, this is not a good song. Like this is just annoying to me. And it was everywhere and it was fun and funny at the time. But I guess that's my opinion on that, and I'm curious what you think about what does the fox say if you even remember the song at all. But actually, no, that's like because before we started recording, you were singing the song like verbatim of the lyrics, and I think that's so funny because if you put a gun to my head like before last night and told me to recite a single word other than like what does the fox say, I wouldn't be coming home that night.
I
But
could recite
go.
so much of that.
What are your thoughts on this song?
Okay, so my first thought is I'm not trying to copy you, but I had the same exact idea that I love the music video, especially the ending where there's the laser beams in the trees and they're floating around in the
Yes,
sky and
yes,
he's like,
yes.
"Will we ever know?" Like that's an amazing part. Um, and currently I almost don't know how to feel about it, but I feel like we need to give little me some credit here. It was probably kindergarten or first grade when I heard my family members talking about how much they hated that song with a burning passion. And so I went in already biased against it sucking, and I fell in love with it. I loved that song as a kid. I watched the music video like 3 times a day. I knew every single word. I genuinely, truly thought the beat was great, the music was great. Um, I didn't really have an opinion on the lyricism necessarily, but I loved it. And so now looking at it, I really hate the lyrics a lot. but at the same time, that almost makes me appreciate it because I mean, it's comedic, as you said, and I think they hit the nail right on the head. Like it's just enough to where they know that they sound ridiculous. You know,
Yeah,
it's not like they're trying to pass this off as a normal good song. Um, yeah, so it's fine. It's not too bad at all though. I wouldn't say it's my favorite song by any means, but I don't hate it like how Jack does. I don't find it annoying like how Jack claims he does.
yeah. I'm trying to find something that I appreciate about the song, and I think they have good voices. Like I think they're good singers.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's a good point.
yeah, they're very good singers, and if the noises that were coming out of their mouths were insane, I think I would appreciate the noise that they're trying to accomplish. But like genuinely, like like that stuff, like that type of noise, I like
Yeah,
can't get past that.
yeah.
Um, but I would like to read some just a few fans or audience not suggestions, remarks about the song from albumoftheyear.org.
Mm,
This one, I will never know if the hype for this was ironic or genuine. What the hell? And then another, I wish my brain can just forget shit sometimes. This did not need to be remembered. In another, so this is probably my least favorite song of all time, not only because it sucked ass, but also because it tied tied to an incredibly embarrassing memory. I guess okay, this person just didn't want to share that their embarrassing memory, but they also think the song is bad.
bruh.
But I feel like a lot of other people, I just like appreciate that it's ironic or whatever. I think that's mostly the what people think that it's just an ironic song, which I think is fair. I don't think it should really be labeled as anything else and like be super. Nobody should be really critical about this. Is my point. Um, but do you have any more closing remarks on what does the fox say before we get into our final decision on this?
The only thing I was really thinking about is I do think that it's a good song in the sense that really not a lot of people do know what foxes sound like. I really am curious how they even came up with that and got to that like punchline, I guess is what you could call it. And because of that song, like it helped people learn because they started Googling, yeah, what the hell does a fox say? And it screams. Foxes scream bloody murder. Um, it genuinely sounds like a woman screaming. So he was kind of close, you know, with some of the noises he was making a little bit.
Yeah, I do agree, but how about we add a little fox noise right now? Hopefully that was a good, fun noise, and that allowed you to understand what a fox sounds like. Because yeah, they pretty much just scream. But anyways, let's get into the final decision for the both of us for this song.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
and the way that it works is that there's three different decisions that you can make. It is on the lower end of the scale. It really is that bad, which is you don't think it's a good song, then it's not that bad. Like you can understand that it's a song and you need to respect it. And then it's a banger, is that it's a genuinely good song and people are wrong and it's not that bad. But Dylan, would you like to go first? What are you choosing?
Mine is right in the middle. It's really not that bad.
Okay, that's fair. And unfortunately, I'm going to be a party pooper and I'm going to say it really is that bad. I do not think this is a good song at all. I think this is terrible. I respect the music video. I respect their voices. But other than that, I can't really find a reason to enjoy the song. But at the same time, it's fun. Like whatever. Like who cares? But I'm not going to give it the flowers that it doesn't deserve. That's my opinion. But that was song one of two, and let's go into another one that I'm actually very excited for. And this one is Gangnam Style. And this one literally blew up. Like this dominated a generation.
Yeah, are there people who
150.
dislike Gangnam Style?
I don't know, and that's what we're getting into. But this was
Okay.
Gangnam Style by Psy, who is a Korean pop star, and this was released in 2013. And this was actually a lead single, excuse me, for his sixth studio album, Psy Six, Six Rules, and that's really impressive. Like genuinely, that's insane. That he has six albums, I should say, because that's a lot. I did not expect that from him. But this also had 625 million streams on Spotify, and this dominated a generation, like I said. So, yeah, I don't know if you have listened to the song in a while, but I did in preparation for this episode, of course, and I really do like this song. I was actually getting hype listening to it because just his flow and just the music video, fire. Oh my, it's like
Oh yeah,
nostalgic.
yeah.
I don't get very nostalgic for things, but the music video for Gangnam Style, top notch. And I don't know if you remember this, but there was a Minecraft parody. Did you watch a Minecraft parody?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that I don't remember like the lyrics or anything, but I remember the music video. It was like
Like an
1-to-1 or whatever.
Enderman. That's what it is.
Uh, how do you remember all of this? Because I do not. Like genuinely, I just do not remember that at all. But
Yeah,
I
it
remember
was
that
an
it existed.
Enderman sorry, it was an Enderman parody.
Yeah, I think it's just a really fun song, and the beat is fire. It's amazing, like genuinely. And Psy as like a dancer and an artist and like on-screen character, he's awesome. Like genuinely top notch in terms of performance that he gives for the music video. And I never looked up the lyrics before listening to the song, but it's apparently just about like women, like a woman. He's like captivated by this woman, which kind of makes sense because that's like what happens in the music video. But I don't know if he
Mm.
was just like that's was like I don't even know. But apparently, Psy has he wrote Gangnam Style with the idea of parodying like flamboyance and narcissism and like wealth in a very like
Oh.
rich country in South Korea. So it was a criticism, and he yeah, it just like basically the Beverly Hills of Seoul, South Korea. That's kind of what he was going after, that area of South Korea of his country. So that's pretty interesting. And that is so on par for who he is, like politically, because from what I know, he is that like makes sense that he would criticize the ultra rich and wealthy because he has been very critical of America and like specifically America and like our foot in foreign relations, and he has been
Hmm.
made some pretty like crude remarks about Americans specifically. And my entire life, I've kind of had the perception that he would hate me because I'm American. So this just makes sense that he also made this to diss on wealthy people, and that's just a little bit of background of why he made Gangnam Style.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
crazy. I
interesting.
never knew any of that. That's really interesting.
Yeah. But have you listened to the song recently? And like, what are your thoughts on it?
Recently, no, but I could hear it in my head right now. I don't think anybody could forget Gangnam Style. Yeah, my thoughts are they align with yours very much. I love the song. I love the music video and his energy in the music video. I would have never guessed that it was a criticism. He almost did it too well that it just seems like
Mm.
that's who he is in that video. Um, yeah, it's a great song. It's a great dance song, party song. Um, and I love the dance for it. Like the dance is so stupid and
Yes.
fun and easy, and it's so hype too. Like everybody in a group can all do Gangnam Style, and yeah, the beat is great. It has energy. It makes you want to jump around. I feel like he has a good voice. It's produced well. It's like it's not like my taste necessarily, but at the same time I can enjoy listening to it. Like
Yeah.
I like it.
I think this is a song that I could like listen to recreationally and just all the time because I think this is like a genuinely a good song that
Mm.
has reason for existing. And I don't know if you've seen, but I'm pretty sure his concerts are like wild. Like just his
Oh,
fan
it
base,
seems like they would be.
yeah, like the fan base he has garnered in South Korea is insane.
Hmm.
Like he is a pop star, and it's kind of a shame he's been phased out of American music, which is a shame. I imagine he still is popular here in America, but like to me, he's not. Like I know him from this song, and that's kind of it. And I feel like maybe he has more bangers out there that I need to go look at and
Right.
listen to. But
It,
who
it is
knows?
interesting to me that your perception of 6 albums is a lot because it's not that I disagree, but the Korean music industry, 6 albums is like 100% to be expected. There's probably a K-pop group out there with 50 albums, and I wouldn't even be shocked.
I see. I for some reason I thought maybe he was more of a one hit wonder as well, or like one album wonder or whatever it may be, and he doesn't because I
Hmm.
don't hear about him a lot. So like it shocked me that he had 6 albums, and he probably has
Yeah,
way more because this was his sixth, and this was released in 2013. I mean, that's over a decade ago. So I
yeah.
imagine he has a few more, and like I don't hear much about him, but I know he still exists, and I know that he's still like popular and internationally. But I didn't expect him to have that many albums. Maybe I'm a fool.
Oh
But it just
no.
seemed like a lot at the time. But I don't know. But I guess I don't really have anything else to say, but the dance is great. The dance is awesome and truly did captivate an entire generation. Like that song was always on my mind when I mean, in 2013, however old I was, 7. Um, just it captivated me. But do you have any more closing remarks for
No, I do
Size Gangnam
not.
Style? No, you
I
don't.
do not.
Would you recommend this song for the audience?
Well, I think they probably already heard it, so I don't know about recommending it.
Well, I recommend going back and listening to it and giving it another shot, and giving him another view of his like 85 billion that he has for that song on YouTube. But let's move over to our the final segment for this song of what do we think of it? And you go first, Dylan. What do you think?
Okay, I think it's a banger. I feel that's pretty clear. I think it's an absolute banger.
I agree. I completely agree. It's a banger. It's a great song. It's a good pop song compared to what does the Fox say? Is that even a pop song? I don't, it's a
Yeah,
parody.
it's definitely pop for sure.
It's structured like a pop song, a
It's
slower
got a little
pop
bit of
song, but
EDM in there, I feel like.
yeah, oh, 100%, which makes sense. Like I feel like the Nordic countries, that's kind of their thing. Maybe
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
incorrect.
that's actually so true.
So it just makes sense that that would transcend for them. But this is a great song, Gangnam Style, 100% recommend that. But thank you guys for listening to this portion of our show. This was the first portion of Is It Really That Bad? And
Yay!
our childhood classics is probably gonna continue on. I think one of them is It's Friday by Rebecca Black. We're gonna
Yes.
probably be looking at that in a week or two. So you can look out for that, and there's gonna be more for is it really that bad? Really fun. That was really fun to look back at our childhood. But I want to go over to the next portion of our show. I mean, when did this release? December? I think everyone knows that because you're listening to this on Spotify or YouTube. So you probably have Spotify, and everyone got a Spotify Wrapped. And I believe was released in January or no, December. December probably. I honestly forget. But we're very late to the party. We're very late. Like mine was already deleted, and I had to do more research to figure out my top songs and genres. Uh, but yeah, we're a little late to the party, but we still want to talk about it because it's our music taste, and it gives you a better look on what specifically we're listening to. But let's
Yes.
do top 10 songs. How does that sound, Dylan?
That sounds good.
Okay. Okay, you go first with that. Let's hear what your top songs of the year was for 2025.
All right. My first song was God is a Weapon by Falling in Reverse and Marilyn Manson. Two semi-controversial artists. I promise you, this song was just too good to pass. I couldn't not listen to this song. Second song of the year is Marhat by Estasha. Third song of the year is Blood Hail by Have a Nice Life, and I blame that solely on Jack. Fourth song of the year, Drop It Like It's Hot by Harper. Fifth song of the year, The Fly by Astasha and Mossback. Sixth is The Alchemist by Harper. Seventh is Lifesaver by Mevro. Eighth is Holy Fucking Shit 40,000 by Have a Nice Life. That one I don't blame on Jack. I love that song. What was on seventh or eighth? I don't even know. Next is Runaway by Under Delusion, and the last song is Barbed Wire Braces by Astasha.
That's up. That makes sense.
Hmm.
I, I think if I was given enough time, I would have chosen those for you because you listen to those songs a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. In our car rides together, I have Ox a lot, so he he definitely understands what my music taste is.
yeah. But what do you have to say about your top 10? A lot of people get angry with Spotify Wrapped and they say that Spotify is lying and their engineers that garner all of their stats for the year are incorrect. Do you
Hmm.
feel like this adds up? Because I think this adds up for you.
I personally have never once had a Wrapped that made me angry. I've had things that surprised me that I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I listened to such and such for that long." But I don't think anything I've ever had was just blatantly false.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like a lot of where the confusion may be coming from is people playing music on accident without realizing or falling asleep to music. Because there have been times where I've caught my Spotify is on and my sound is just all the way down. Like I didn't realize that it was playing music. And also, if you fall asleep to music, Spotify has a feature where sometimes if you don't have it like set to replay, it'll just start playing what it thinks you like. And I once accidentally had the song Cube by Harper um going for like a day. And if you
Hmm.
look at my stats, it's like my number one song ever of all time. Not because I actually have listened to it, but because I just accidentally played it like that. So, but anyways, all that is to say, these songs do not shock me at all. I wish there was a little bit more Estasha and Harper in there. But at the same time, these are just the top 10. I'm sure if you got into the top 20, it would be all the same. And they're great songs. I still love these top 10 songs. I have not gotten tired of them by any means.
Well, that's good. Because I'm the same way where I just don't get sick of music and like specific songs. Like sometimes people can't listen to like a specific song a lot because then they overplay it. I've never
Yeah,
really
I'm
experienced that.
that people. I'm that people.
I'm not. Like I can listen to the same stuff. Like I don't listen to the same type of music I did in middle school. My music taste like expands and grows or whatever, but I can still listen to the same type of music and the same songs over and over and over again. It's like my food, like my Chipotle order hasn't changed once, and I've been going to Chipotle since like eighth grade. So
Mm.
I'm completely okay with that. I'm so fine. But I would like to get into my top 10 songs. And I, once again, like I said, my rap deleted, which is such a shame.
Yeah, I
So
screen
I had to
recorded mine.
see that's smart. I should have done that. I didn't even think to do that, but I did go to stats for Spotify, and I kind of made an educated guess a little bit on what probably made sense at the time. But number one is Blood Hail, which is funny because that's like a top three song, top four song on the album. It just has it just the replay factor is too good. It's an amazing song. And then number two, Holy Fucking Shit 40,000. Blood Hail, and that song is also by Have a Nice Life on the album Death Consciousness. Number three, you're not gonna guess who it's from and what album it's on. It's Deep Deep by Have a Nice Life on Death Consciousness. And guess what? Black as Bile is from Giles Corey. And guess who Giles Corey is? The lead singer, Dan Barrett, for Have a Nice Life. Fire album, great song. The noise that he was able to accomplish on that album is crazy. Genuinely, they're amazing. Um, and then I will say next, which is what this is number five. I've seen footage by Death Grips. Now I'm listening to so much more Death Grips that I've seen footage is definitely not top 10 of what I listen to anymore. Um, but it's cool that Death Grips made the list. That's cool. And then the microphones, they come in at number six with the moon. That's an amazing song. That song has, dare I say, captivated me for since freshman year of high school.
Mm.
Absolutely an amazing album. I've been listening to that for years and I will continue. It's an awesome album, awesome song, and Sea of Worry by Have a Nice Life. That's a very, it's more of like a mainstream sound for them for Sea of Worry on that album and the track. I still think it's very good. It's an amazing album. It's not quite as shoegazy and as like harsh as their other albums are, but Sea of Worry as an album is great, and the track as well. And then we got Earth Mover, one of the greatest songs ever made. That song is crazy. That's like eight different songs in one song, and I love when musicians do that. It's wild. That's by Have a Nice Life, of course. And then Have a Nice Life comes in again with I Don't Love. Great sound, an amazing sound. Guess
So
who
I'm
comes in at
sensing a
number two?
pattern here, like maybe of who your favorite artist might be. I'm not
Oh,
too sure,
can you guess
but
who number 10 is?
okay, well now I feel like it's a trick question.
I won't do that to you.
I'm thinking Have a Nice Life.
It's a Have a Nice Life. It's Dracula Bells, which honestly kind of wipes all of this list. Dracula Bells is
Dracula.
such
I don't know if I've ever heard that one.
Oh, it's so good. It's an amazing song. It's so good. I've sent it to you before. I implore
Oh,
everyone to listen to that, even though that's not my
sorry, that just
recommendation.
proves that I didn't listen to it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But those are my top 10 songs. I'm sorry, I'm not as cool as Dylan with tons of variety. It's just Have a Nice Life. In my next wrapped, it's just gonna be Death Grips. That's all it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
I could predict that for sure.
That's what it's gonna be. That's okay. But that's my educated guess on my top 10 songs for last year. But let's get to top genres. That's always a fun one because, in my opinion, what even is a music genre? I literally have no idea. Because some songs seem like pop, but then they're not, and then like vice versa. Like I just am a little confused. And
Right.
like, what is shoegaze? What is shoegaze? I don't know. It just sounds like
You can imagine what it sounds like. You can't put it into words though.
No, you can't. You can't. That's what makes it so captivating, I guess. I'm so sorry for saying that word so much. I don't know why. But anyways, Dylan, what can you share your top like four or five top genres for last year?
Yes. I will say I don't think that these genres are incorrect. I just think that the music I listen to it's very new, it's very modern. A lot of the songs I listen to were genuinely dropped within the last 6 years,
Hmm.
um, maybe 10 years. Uh, and so I think that Spotify's way of naming music is too limited and kind of has a brain fart when it comes to my music because it tries really hard. It wants to put it in a category so bad. But then if you Google that category and listen to any of the songs, I should say genre, not category, it doesn't sound anything like my music.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying. I feel like
yeah.
music genres are just too abstract to even
And
have
it's really
labels.
hard once you get into the alternative and experimental realms because that literally means anything. Like that is abstract. So anyways, my first one is trap metal. My second one, see, this is the one that I'm a little bit confused about. Alternative rock. Now, guys, Imagine Dragons is an alternative rock band, like for an understanding of what alternative rock sounds like. I honestly could not pinpoint a single alternative rock song on my playlist of my 2025 hits. I have a few classic rock songs. Alt rock, not really sure where that's coming from. My guess is just that some of the rap I listen to has electric guitar in it, and they're like, shit, this isn't classic rock, but it's not metal, but it's not screamo. Alt it is. My third genre is shoegaze. I don't listen to tons of shoegaze, but clearly I listen to enough that it is my third genre, and I'm very picky about shoegaze. You guys are gonna notice a pattern here. I just like electric guitars and I like good trap beats. So if it has shoegaze in the mix, If it has rap in the mix, if it has funk in the mix, I'm eating that shit up. Fourth, alternative.
Hmm.
So,
Because see, my issue with that is alternative is literally almost anything. Anything can be
right, yeah, that's
considered
what I was saying
alternative.
earlier.
That doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense to me.
Uh, fifth is goth. And
I see that. I understand.
here are all the issues I have with having the goth genre. I love goth people. I dress goth sometimes, but goth music is so hyper specific. Goth is like a way of believing and thinking about things, and it's almost like a culture, like how being alt or like hippie is like a subculture. I can guarantee with absolute certainty none of the music I listen to is goth. Like if I walked up to a goth girl or goth guy or anybody and asked them what's your top songs, what artists are we listening to? It's not what I listen to. So I
Hmm.
don't really know where Spotify's getting goth from. Again, I think it's just it's the trap metal, it's the shoegaze, it's people rapping about killing other people, and they're like, shit, dude, this is super emo and goth. Let's just name it that, even though it's really not. So hopefully my yammering made sense. But
Oh,
those are my top genres.
I understand, and I have the same conundrum of I don't know what my music taste really is. I really doubt anyone does. I guess I had a wrong idea of what goth is because I thought your music taste was kind of gothic, but I guess I don't know.
I feel
But
like it's emo. I feel like it's
okay.
uh very like dark
Hmm.
and but goth music is really kind of its own creature.
I see. Okay, well, that all makes sense. And I guess we can get into my top genres. I got four for you, if you're okay with that. And my top is
I'm okay
shoegaze
with
with
that.
20. You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shoegaze has 21 of my artists. A few examples is Hum, Drop 19s, and Duster. Loki haven't listened to Duster consistently in like 5 years, but whatever. Stats for Spotify, thanks for that. Then we got Slowcore, the microphones, and Have a Nice Life. Makes sense to me. Noise Rock, Slint, Daughters, Squirrel Bait. Um, Pretty
Noise rock
interesting.
is such a good way to describe that actually.
It is, and I think that's like the best way to describe Slint Daughters. Less so Daughters, but Slint and Squirrelbait, 100%. Especially Slint. Like they are the kings of post math rock or whatever, how people say that in noise rock. And then Dream Pop, Slow Dive, Paranal, LSD and the Search for God. Everything is all very shoegaze adjacent, in my opinion. Like all of those to me are just shoegaze. Slow Dive, Paranal, and LSD for the Search for God. Um, that's my opinion. But I want to give you my most listened to artist. It's guess what? Have a nice life. Um, and I was top 0.1% of global listeners with 3,331 minutes listened. So there's that. That's pretty interesting.
Okay. So I don't mean to be redundant, but would you be okay with me sharing my stats for Spotify genres because they are completely different than what Spotify said? Like stats for Spotify and Spotify are two different things.
You can share that and just say like, I looked up stats for Spotify and I found these described my genres better. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, because I still want to use like the original clip. I want to have like the both of if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do any of
Mhm.
the words I just said make sense?
No, I understand. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Three, two, one.
Okay, so when Jack mentioned stats for Spotify, it gave me a thought. And I wanted to see if Stats for Spotify categorizes songs into the same genres as Spotify, and they don't. My genres are number one is the same, trap metal, but the rest of these I actually really like, and I think that they are more accurate. So the second one is called horrorcore, and I think that is perfect. I think that Harper and Astasha and Kamara fall under horrorcore beautifully. Drift funk. Yes, yes, I've been saying this. I've been saying that the rap I listen to has drift funk beats behind it. And then uh fifth, this one is funny. Or wait, I skipped fourth. Fourth is just funk, period. Fifth is called anime rap. Um,
Okay.
not not too sure about that one, honestly. But I just really liked the horrorcore, honestly. I really wanted to talk about the horrorcore because that is a great word, I think, for the music I listen to. I don't know what anime rap songs. Wait, will it tell me?
What is an anime rap? I don't even know what
I
that
don't know.
means.
You found like artists under each genre. How did you do that?
There was like a pie chart, and I just like I put my cursor over it, and it shared a whole bunch of examples of the artists that I listen to, which
Oh,
I think
okay,
is pretty
maybe
helpful. You got to
maybe
be
being on my
online.
phone it won't show me then. Um, I apologize. I really do want to know who this anime rap artist is, so I'm gonna look it up on my computer and
Because there's
see.
no way you listen to anime openings or like theme
No,
songs.
no,
I
no,
know
no.
you don't.
I'm so sorry, guys. I love anime. I cannot stand anime openers.
I will say, some of the worst songs I've ever listened to are in fact anime openers. I don't know how people like rap is terrible, but man, those anime opens, they get me every time. I can't stop listening to them. I don't understand that. Because it's just not good.
Okay, so I figured it out. The anime rap artist is Cam Steady, which I do listen to Cam Steady. Uh, but Cam Steady does not have a single song in a single anime. He does not make music for anime. Uh, I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt because it's the AI overview and I don't care enough to do real digging. He has collaborated with Genshin Impact and created music for them, so I don't know if that's where they're getting it from. But I also want to say, peep to earlier when I said Estasha and Harper and Kamara fall under horrorcore. Estasha, Harper, and Kamara are under horrorcore. So basically, I'm goated because I guessed that perfectly. Um,
Well, look at
we
that.
can move on now. I sidetracked us, but I was really curious.
Oh, that's really interesting, and I'm glad that you got better representation for your music taste. But that's kind of it for our episode a little bit. And the last thing we need to do is give you guys a recommendation. And I'm gonna be pretty simple here, and I'm gonna recommend everyone Blood Hail by Have a Nice Life. I think that is their most popular song, next to a quick one before the Eternal Worm devours Connecticut. That's also another great one. Those two are very popular, but Blood Hail is how I learned about Have a Nice Life and Death Consciousness. Essentially got me into their sound and into their music, and they kind of that and then I branched off into other types of music, but they really started a lot of things for me. So it's a great song, very unique sound. And arrowheads, 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 etc., etc. So yeah, that's my recommendation. And Dylan, let's hear yours.
I like that you chose your first song of your like top 10 2025 because I chose to recommend my second song of my 2025. I
Let's
chose
hear
to
it.
recommend Marhat by Astasha. That's Marrhat. I spelled Astasha in the last episode, so go listen to that. I'm kidding. But that song is shoegazy. So if you're sitting over here and you're like, Dylan, I don't want to listen to trap metal, I don't want to listen to horrorcore, please, if anything, give Marhat a chance because it is shoegaze. If you're a shoegaze fan, please, please, please give it a chance. Um, and you don't have to like a single other song that I ever recommend. Just please give Marhat a chance.
All right, well, that's our episode. Thank you so much. And Dylan, do you have anything else you want to add?
It's freaking cold as hell out. That's what I'm gonna
It
add.
is. It is. Well, this has once again been an Orb produced podcast. Thank you so much for listening to our second episode of Record Talk. We hope to see
Yay!
you next time. There's going to be so much to talk about, but that's all we have to say. Thank you so much. Until next time, everyone. Goodbye.